Okay, so for this video, we're just going to show you Google Drive, and it's an online. This is the cloud. So again, this is what we're doing when we talk about working in the cloud. This is what it is. So you can go to Google and just look up Google Drive. Let's go back and do that. And it'll take you there. And again, either you'll have to create a different account, or if you already have one, it's fine. You can use Gmail. I use a Gmail account. You don't have to. You can use any email account and um, create your own Google Drive. And this is basically what it looks like when it comes up. Um, so what we have here is really completely online. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. You can pay to get more storage and things like that, but you don't have to. But it's completely free, and it allows you to create, store, and share different types of files online. So when you go in here, really your key area is this panel on the left-hand side, and it's going to show you what you can create. And if you drop over to create, you're going to have these basic 5 here. I've added some other ones that I try based on from the Google Store, but you're going to have some things like documents, presentation, spreadsheet, and form. Those are your basics. And what those are is basically, if you think about this in forms of Microsoft products, documents is like a Word product, presentation is like PowerPoints, spreadsheet is like an Excel file, and forms is something different that Microsoft really doesn't have yet, or at least doesn't have that you would be aware of, that most people use. So we'll show you these and get you a sense of it. So you can create a document, and if you click on that, it looks pretty similar, pretty standard. Now, the whole point of Google Drive is that it takes your most used word processing, or things from the Microsoft suite, and turns them into its most basic form. So it doesn't have a lot of the bells and whistles that a Microsoft does, but it has the stuff that you would use all the time. So you can title your document here. It's got a pretty standard ribbon of things that you would use, color, creating a hyperlink, those sorts of things. Your different tabs and your different forms. It's got some of your different formats, and even inserting images and drawings and things like that. Sort of the same sort of language too. Insert, format, view, edit, those sorts of things. So you can create in here, no problem whatsoever. And it's pretty simple. The good thing about it is, if we just close that out, is it's free, is the first thing, is because it's free, you don't have to buy Microsoft. You don't have to buy the Microsoft suite of things. You can just, this is free, it's online, so if that's an issue with money and they can't afford it, this is a great way to use it. The other thing that's great about it, let's go back and create a document, and we're just going to call it, uh, no, let's call it demo doc. When you're writing, this is a demonstration of Google Drive. You notice up here at the top, it was saving as you're writing. So all changes are automatically saved. You don't have to go to File and Save As or anything like that. You just do it automatically. It does it for you. So you can't, if the power goes, or if you forget to clear out, or if you get booted out for whatever reason, it's always there. And in fact, you can go back and find different versions of it. So that's the great part about it. So if I was to go back now to my Google Drive, you'll notice right here, Demo Doc. So it's there. I can see it no matter what. So if I close, you notice I didn't save anything. But if I go here, it's there and ready for me to go. So no problem whatsoever. All good. And I can do a whole bunch of stuff with it. So let's go back into that demonstration. And now what I can do with this, which makes it really remarkable, is I can go to share. And if I go to share, right now it's saying that this is private. Only people listed below can access. So I could share this. So I could invite someone. I could go into it and invite someone. If I know the email that they use for their Google Drive, I could invite them, and only we would be able to work on it. And then I could say only they can change. I could even invite them only uh, to view it. Sorry. I can go and invite people and they can edit it, or I could say they can only comment on it or they can only view it. So I could just have somebody view it and say, what do you think? And they can make comments about it, or they could view it and not actually change anything, or I could be working with someone. And when we say we're working with someone, it is real time. So I'm just going to show you what real time looks like. Now it's going to look like it's me, but I'm using a different computer to go into this demo doc. Let me see what happens, because it's my account. So what you're seeing there is these here were notes made by me on a different computer. And it has my name next to it because I was logged in under my Google Drive, but it was from a different computer. You'll notice when I use this one, this, to record. So, but when I use the other one, now I am on a, I spelled different wrong. So the beautiful thing about this is you could send a document to somebody that you're wanting to work with. You could be talking to them on the phone. You can even place comments in here. You can even have a conversation with them while they're doing it. There's different ways to do it. And so I could put in here, so you notice here, this was put in by me today. You could have people put that. So you could have students move their work and or share with you or whatever, and you could be using that for editing work or giving them feedback on drafts and stuff like that. We're doing descriptive feedback as one of our key points. So you can use that. There's many different ways you can do it, but this is really the power of it, is you could be doing this real time with each other. And I think you could have as many as 20 different users or something like that that are coordinating at the same time. So it's really fantastic. You can have all sorts of things that are in there. We'll close that out. And again, you notice I didn't save anything, but I go right back in there. Everything's where it was before. And we can see everything, and we can even know um, who did what, right? This is something that I did on my other machine. So we can see everything there. Great. So we can go back. And again, presentation is the exact same thing. I'll just show you what it looks like. It's a PowerPoint. Again, pretty basic stuff. There is nothing all that fancy about it, but it's the same sort of thing as a PowerPoint, but it's really kind of stripped down to its most basic thing. That's why it's fast and that's why it's clean. You can pick out your backgrounds and your layouts, and there's animation and all those sorts of things in there. But again, this can be done um, like you can do this collaboratively, real time, with another person. So you can just share that link out to somebody, and they can go in and find it. Um, the one that's most impressive, or most, I think, interesting to me, is this form. This is what we had used to send out you some surveys and things like that. So you can create a form, which is basically a survey. You would title it demo, let's call it demo survey. And we're going to use espresso as our theme. And now you can just put in a description here of the survey and put in questions. So we're going to do a question. What is your favorite, what is your, let's just do it this way, first period class. And now you can go down here and choose. It can be a multiple choice question, a paragraph, check boxes, grid, scale, everything, I don't know, whatever. Well, let's make it multiple choice. Option 1, let's just say math. Option 2, English. 3 would be, let's just say science, and 4 would be ed. And now you could do an add other. That would be an option. This we would get rid of. Get rid of that. Make it a required question and you're done. And now you can see what the form looks like. And what it does is it creates a form. What's your first period class? You can write other. And then the student would submit it. You could have a series of questions. We'll go back. You can have a series of questions. Like I said, you would have, let's just do another question. Let's add another question, which is, how would you rate, your overall impression of the school? And then maybe you put a text here. Use 0 as bad and 10 as perfect. And now we're going to go to scale. We're going to say scale 1 to 10. And you could label those options if you wanted, but we've already done that. Well, we'll do it again. Let's just say bad and perfect. We'll say it's a required question. Done. And you can see what it looks like. If we go to view the live form, that's what it looks like. So for someone to do that, now you'll notice that it's, because the star there, that means that it is a mandatory question. It won't let you go. So I'm going to say my first period class is English. I'm going to say that my overall impression is a 9. I'm going to submit it. Thank you. Submit another response. So you could do another response. I'll do it one more time. I'll say science 6, submit, and let's do another response. I'm going to say phys ed 8, submit. You can send this out. So all you have to do is really send out this link up here to somebody, or you go from here and you could say send the form. And if you send it, all you have to do is there's the link, send it via email. You can enter email addresses, or you can just actually even embed it. It'll give you the embed code. You could put that right into something like if you're using an online forum, or if you're using D2L, you can embed it right in there. So let's take that out. And so now it's accepting responses, and now we can view responses. And you'll notice here that it says, here's your results. Time stamped, exactly what time everything came in, what's your first period class, the overall rating. You can manipulate. This is now in the form of a like an Excel file, and you can now manipulate that and change it around as you want. You can, go from like highest to, or from lowest to highest there, whatever you want to do. So this is really, really powerful. This is a great way to gather information. You can even do quizzes this way because it's timestamped. You can say, you could put in and allow them to respond, show the link to another response. You can do a whole bunch of things with that so that you can make it all the more possible, and better ideas for it as you go through it. So I've used it as surveys for a whole bunch of different things. I haven't seen a response. I've had 500-600 people respond to it. I haven't seen a limit on that yet. So it's really amazing. Again, all of these things are, the idea here is that they can be stored and shared online. It doesn't matter what computer you have, where you go, you can always access it, and you can share them with anybody else. It's a great tool. More to come.